What do you mean you killed a turkey with your bare hands?
Had to. It's like a goose, man. They're like shittier, less brave geese. I had to do it. He was coming at me, bro.
Listen,
Pull the picture up.
it's not as bad as a cobra chicken or Canada goose, as they say, but still violent and terrifying. That is one of those things. So it is American Thanksgiving, sir. And how is your Thanksgiving? Let me ask you that.
It's everybody's Thanksgiving. Y'all don't realize it yet.
False. That is not true. That is 100% false. I don't know.
Y'all do shit wrong. Y'all drink tea with the pinky out. Measure in kilometers instead of miles.
Sir, I do. Okay, number one, 5,280 feet. Just right off the bat. That just doesn't make sense for a mile. Miles are ridiculous. Okay, they're a ridiculous number, and
feet are a ridiculous number. It's like 12 inches. But it's ridiculous. I mean, being American is ridiculous. We went up against the greatest military the world had ever seen, and won. Now the details don't matter. Okay, we won because the British people were the UK was bleeding money. So like they just kind of they're just like, this is too expensive. Like just let them have it. Like we didn't win out of merit, like by no means, but we're a ridiculous country, and we still talk shit like we won because we're the best. We won because they gave up.
Let's be honest. Thanksgiving is your sore winner festival. Like you're like, we won, and you can suck it. Like so.
That's 4th of July.
Yeah. Well, also 4th of July. I feel like a lot of your holidays are based on everyone can suck it. Which I'm not against. I'm not against it.
Yeah, even MLK Day, we're like, fuck it, we'll give him a holiday, even though our government murdered him.
Yeah, that's 100% what happened. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that I feel like that's what people don't realize is that Thanksgiving is not about being thankful. It's about rubbing how good you have it in other people's faces. That's the truth of it. I don't just have a turkey, but I'm going to cook it all fancy, and then I'm going to have people over, and then I'm going to kick them out of my house because I don't want them here.
And they got to thank me for it.
Yeah, I get it. That makes complete sense to me. Yeah, this is the funny thing is that like up here, I don't really think that Thanksgiving is a big deal up in Canada. Like it's just like whatever, something's happening. But what's up, Joe?
Hey Joe, how you doing, man?
How's your Thanksgiving
guys?
Unknown, say a fucking joke. Why would I do that? Oh, Victoria, thank you very much. We appreciate you.
You think I'm funny? I'm funny like a clown?
Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Victoria. Hello from Afghanistan, bro. How you doing?
Otabek? Is that how I pronounce it? Otabek?
Otabek Akhmedov. That is a Russian plant. I love it. What's up, Margaret? Hi, my name is Lisa, and I think you are cute. I mean, pick one, because you are comedians. You're a comedian there, funny guy. I don't get funny until I get paid, sir. Now, granted, Victoria did send us money, so that's one side. But regardless, you didn't pay me. I don't make you laugh, sir. That's not how that works.
Victoria dropped $20 in that shit,
bro.
man.
Assalamu alaikum.
Money.
FR creators busting out with the jargon. Let me see, Joe. I think you are queso. That I am not made out of cheese, sir. But I'm like maybe 0.5% cheese.
Bro, as much mac and cheese I just had, I'm definitely made of queso.
I just farted. Now I love farts. I mean, listen, if you don't love your own farts, something's wrong with you. I feel like that's the thing. Zach is in Korea. Jesus, what's up from Korea? Joe, I'm from Oregon.
What's up, Oregon?
Do you have dysentery? That is a real question. Odebek is like Assalamu alaikum USA. There you go.
Everybody loves the USA
now. Unknown. What is that? Is that news to you that nothing is free? Jesus, come on. That's nothing. Like the idea that anything is free is ridiculous. And I feel like people should understand that that's just science. Okay.
Everything even in communism or socialism, nothing's free.
Listen, your work is your power.
Everything is labor based.
FR Creator, I'm not going to put your comment up, but he says that we're ninjas. I mean, I am the biggest ninja in North America. That's fair. How do I send money? You can click a super chat, or and then like there should be a dollar sign or something. You can click that, and you can by all means send us money. We greatly appreciate it. But please make sure you subscribe to Dino the Genetic Marvel or Sniffing Glue 22 because we're fantastic and we like sharing our fantasticness with you because we're kind that way. Yeah, Thanksgiving is weird, but also too, you guys, it's a big deal for you guys. Is it because
of not where you are? Because it's my favorite holiday.
I feel like because there's no encumbrance of having to give gifts. It's just like, let's eat food and gorge ourselves. It's a little bit easier. I will give you that. But it is also,
I mean, we have football. It's kind of centered around football because we have like 3 football games during Thanksgiving, which is kind of abnormal. Because football's typically on Sundays. There are Thursday night games. Nobody watches them unless it's Thanksgiving. So, but there's all day football games, professional football. And there's food, there's family. You know what I mean? So it's this whole thing. It's just this whole vibe. And like, I don't know how much you realize, but America is like centered around football. Like
I do know. Here. Well, like realistically, where do we live? I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and Cole is in Cleveland, Ohio. Tism guy says, "Tis I, the Tism guy," and guess what? The answer to that question, as always, is chicken butt, sir. Chicken butt. Are you American? I'm Afghanistan. Odebek, that's awesome that you're in Afghanistan. I didn't know you guys still had internet. I assumed that. I'm not sure. Did the Taliban make it better or worse? But you know, I feel like that's awesome that you have the internet. So welcome. Please subscribe and show some love. Ohio, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. No. Like, so this is the thing is, for all intents and purposes, football is the field of battle. Like it is a field of skirmish. Like that's the whole idea behind it. So I understand
war, bro.
100%. Well, you get your biggest bastards in there, and then you make them fight. You know.
Well, yeah, you try to cross over into new territory constantly. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's it. That is, I can totally understand why America, being the impending war machine of the world, it makes sense that your biggest entertainment is let's fight each other and everyone can watch. Yeah.
It's not even like remote. Like we centered our politics around the early ancient Greece.
Yeah.
And it slowly became ancient Rome. Like
technically you guys based it on
kind of makes sense why we have like Spartan brain constantly.
I mean, I feel like what you guys really need to do, Joe asks if you have a GAT. It's like, that's a personal question, sir. He keeps it right beside his ball sack. But this is the thing is like, you guys, the one thing I am surprised about the US is you don't have trial by combat. I feel like that's coming back. You know, I'm not going to get a ticket. I'm going to punch you in the face and then we'll see if I get my ticket. I feel like that is a fair, you should be able to charge the officer and be like, yo, trial by combat. Let's do this. Either I can run whatever red light I want. Who cares? Hey, if he can't pull out a gun, it's fair. Otebek laughed that he's Otebek, are you I want to know what you're doing over there in Afghanistan. Are you the resistance? Are you the oppressor? I love it.
He's in the mountains, bro, chilling.
You know what
he's
though?
Stealing Wi-Fi off of a satellite, off of probably Starlink.
I'll be honest, like that's a great life. Be like, yo, I'm just watching YouTube up in the mountains, got some goats around here, maybe some bitches. That's fine.
I'm not gonna lie, I legitimately Googled where the cheapest places are to live right now in the world after this whole, when it was looking, for a second, it was looking like Kamala might win. I was like, where can I live? And Afghanistan came out. I was like, you know what? I could survive in Afghanistan.
It's a tourist destination. Listen, let's be honest. After the U.S. pulled out, they left the most amount of Humvees in any other country other than the U.S.
I could live there. So, I could, you know me. I could survive. And if I don't survive, then I'm dead.
Then it's not my problem. It's not my problem. Brodo Baggins, I ruined Thanksgiving. My family told me to stuff the turkey, so I hit it from the back. Should have learned from that mistake last year. I mean, it's a
Bruno
normal
always got
mistake.
the jokes, man.
I get it. That is a fair mistake. If anything, they should have been clearer in their instructions. Are we live in the city? We do live in the city. I live in Toronto. He lives in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we live in the urban areas for sure.
Yeah.
Not like the urban areas.
Not
but
urban, like
suburban areas. So,
bro from below, tell me your cost. What does that even mean?
it depends on what you want me to do, but we're gonna start negotiations at $100. Up and up. Minimum $100 for whatever you're asking.
Joe
and
wants
it only goes up depending on what else you're trying to ask.
Joe wants our exact location, says Brodo Baggins.
Exactly. I'm not trying to swap myself.
I mean, if I know. Ohio skibbity. That isn't a word, just so you know. I find it alarming the amount of people that are just making up words these days. It's weird. It is weird. But like skibbity, that's not a word.
But that's always been a thing.
I know, but the problem is because of the internet, you can just go and crazy people will show you support like we do.
That's exactly what the fuck we do. Why are you so mad about it?
Because I'm better at it than a lot of people. That's why. And that bothers me is like you guys are inciting dumb people to do stupid dances when here we are talking about funny things. And this takes a lot of work to grow a robust beard like this. And I feel like we deserve, that's fair.
I like that language is always, that's what it is. Like we want to call it slang, but it's really just language evolving. Because there's things that you couldn't really explain as we get older and we start hearing the newer terms. We're like, well, oh shit, I couldn't explain that well back in the day. Like the one that's real popular that I love that has always been a word for me, but for your generation, people your age didn't have a word for it. Is hater. Okay, hater was always it was always at the tip of your tongue. I feel like, but most people said like jealous or envious. And it's not really the idea. It's not the same idea because a hater isn't really necessarily jealous of you. A hater is just somebody who's hating because, like he just doesn't stand for whatever you stand for. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that. That's pretty reasonable. For $20, Tim. I mean, for $20, you get this is what you get.
I'll shout you out for $20. What's your name, Tim McCain? I'll shout you out for $20. I think I just did it though.
You also get one of these. Thanks, hot stuff. You get a little kiss. That's or you can just buy us a shot and we'll get drunk on your dime because that's what friends do. Double chunk chocolate cookie boom.
My mom just made some of those double chocolate chip cookies.
Listen, a good chocolate chip cookie though is worth its weight in gold, and I think people have to realize that. Damn Cole, I'm not high enough for this conversation. Brodo Baggins, that's a bloody lie. You're always high. You're always high
all day, and you're not high. Come on, man.
They hate us because they ain't us. Also factual.
They hate us because they ain't us. This is a good saying. I like that saying.
Tim, hey, money first, and then we will tell you we will fulfill your wish, sir. We're not genies, we're whores. Different. Is it dark there? It is already dark, actually.
It's been dark for like 3 hours, and what's fucked up is like about 4:30 we'd been under a lake effect severe storm warning since like 4 o'clock, and not an ounce of snow has dropped yet.
Yeah, we're supposed to get snow here, and there's been nothing. Also, everyone remember, just make sure to subscribe. Dino the Genetic Marvel Sniffing Glue 22 as well. Otherwise, what's the point? Why don't you love? It's your problem, not ours.
Don't be a hater.
Yeah, don't be a hater. How dare you? No, I'm not high. I fucked a turkey in front of my family. That's a high no drug can do. I mean, voyeurism at its peak. That's fair, Brodo. I get absolutely.
Goblin.
I mean, that's the thing is like there are certain things you can't undo, but also like once you've done it once, it's like stealing. You steal once and you're like, I don't want to steal again. That's how I found out that the best food isn't free, it's stolen. Stolen food by far tastes the best. That is factual. Yeah. A close second is food.
I like paying too much for food.
Oh, but that makes you feel all fancy. You're like, yeah, whatever.
But it has to be good, because if it's not good, and I didn't feel like if I feel like I overpaid for it, I'm like,
Yeah.
this was stupid. Like I feel ripped off now. But if I pay good money and it was delicious, I was like, that was worth every dime, man.
Yes. Yeah.
And I feel like a king.
There is no larger betrayal than when you pay an exorbitant amount for something and then it doesn't taste good, and then you're like, why would you do this? Why would you shame me? Reese, damn, I'm poor too. We're all poor, bro. That's Biden's America. Biden's America. We're all poor.
That's what I was gonna say.
Skamala Harris made us all poor. We're hoping Daddy Trump is going to bring the heat, and we're going to be okay. Cole, is your college football? Who's your college football team, Brodo?
You gotta go with Hook 'em Horns, man. Hook 'em Horns.
I have no idea who that is.
University of Texas.
I mean, is there? This is Reese from the UK, bro. I was actually there last year. We were in Manchester, London, with Leeds. We went and saw Elton John in Manchester. That was a badass fucking show. That guy's got pipes.
Billy Joel, you said?
Oh, Elton John. Billy Joel. Do I look like a homosexual? Come on.
You don't like Billy Joel? Get the fuck out of here! Don't start with you. You saw Elton John.
Hey, Billy Joel is a fucking liar. He started that fire, and we all know it. And he's trying to be like, no, it wasn't me. He's a liar.
No, he said we didn't start the fire. He didn't say him. He's just saying his homies didn't have shit to do with it.
Yeah, they did. They were definitely a party to it. Reese said we still poor. That's because of what you did, man. You tried to do things. You did a horrible thing. We still poor. Yeah, that's fair. So does Elton John. Billy Joel is daddy. Is that what you called the turkey?
I don't know. I don't call him daddy, but
Biden 6 balls, Kamala 6 balls, turn 24. Yeah, that's fair, Joe.
Go Dogs, Alabama. I had to hit him with the Pat McAfee line.
Reese, we do things. Yeah, listen, I know what you did. Don't lie. The British Empire has done a lot of things, Reese. Let's not joke around. I'm not saying you are still doing as many things, but you've done things, and
they gave us the greatest country in the world, America.
I called that turkey the piano man.
The piano man.
By the way, okay. So have you heard this? Okay, let's talk a little bit about music right now.
Well, okay, all right. Yeah, let's talk about a little bit about
hold on.
Let's show everybody how little you know.
Hold on, two things. Number one, if you listen to the Piano Man, the thing is they're like, that guy's playing in a gay bar and he doesn't realize it. Because when you go through the whole thing, you're like, the guys aren't interested in the female waitress. All the guys are trying to hit on him, and you're like, and he's like, it's a great night, I'm getting a lot of tips. You're like, bro, someone's gonna give you a roofie colada. That's what's happening.
I'll have to listen to the song again. I haven't heard it in a while.
But also too,
there's been listen to it the older I get.
I mean, listen, also too,
it's getting depressing as you get older.
I feel like everyone has to realize, so because of Deadpool, the Like a Prayer by Madonna has become romanticized once again. But what people don't realize is that
was it romanticized back in the day?
Oh yes, but what people don't realize is that song is about sucking dick. Okay,
for sure.
Like, that is the only thing, and people are singing it in churches, and they're like, la, la, la. You're like, bro, you're in a church talking about sucking wieners.
Getting down on your knees and shit, right?
Bro, Like a Prayer. And I'm telling you, and the fact that you're seeing all these people are like, it's such a wholesome song. You're like, I mean,
it's Madonna.
It's a hell of a song, but it is about
Madonna, right? It's Madonna. She's like, she's the original Doja Cat. Like,
I mean, maybe
not wholesome at all.
Athens, go born and raised, lick my bridge, Texas horns down. I mean,
that's fair. SEC, right? SEC,
bro. Hold on, Brodo. You kiss your cousin with that mouth? How dare you? It's just. Oh, I realized it. I have no idea what you mean, sir. Reese, listen. I've been reading up on the East India Corporation and shenanigans of the past. Honestly, I feel like people need to get into history a lot more than we do.
The East India Company was trading company was the first business that had its own military, which was like wild. When I read that, I was like, y'all didn't let that happen.
there's a very good chance that East Indian Company is part of the United States right now. Like,
for sure,
like
dude.
there's no question.
What's happening though in the United States?
Yeah. I kiss my turkey with that mouth. I mean, you do more than kiss it. I'll tell you that. Don't lie.
Gobble gobble.
I'm with you. I'm playing. Slavers damn suck. I mean, this is the thing about slavers sucking. Do they? Yes, but slavery is worse now than it has ever been throughout history, right? So it's a weird thing where people are like slavers suck. You're like, that's true.
It's
However,
funny because, like, at what point, when before, and I'm not condoning this at all, but before slavery, you had to house those people. Now, slavery is a different kind of ordeal now because now they can just underpay you and then tell you to fuck off. Like at what point is being underpaid just slavery? You know, to the system, to the government, to your taxes, to your fucking electric bill. You know what I mean?
Yes. I like this. That's funny. Like a Prayer was playing when the turkey was throwing it back. I mean, that happens. That's fair.
Was how men want to die.
I mean, oh well, yeah, but we play less of a part nowadays. I mean, the best part about right now is that people who did bad things in the past are pointing fingers at people who are doing bad things right now and going, "That son of a bitch." You're like, "Didn't you do that?" Big, we're not going to talk about that. But that guy's doing it right now. How dare he? Everyone, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like both of our channels, Genetic Marvel, Stiff and Glue 22, because if you don't, I will hide under your bed and find you.
Give us a like and subscribe, guys. Share it too. Tell people about us.
Yeah, tell people about it. We're fantastic, and how dare you?
We appreciate you guys.
We actually do, and not like, and we don't appreciate you like your parents appreciate you. We appreciate you for who you are, not who you could be. Throw some cast iron on me as long as I'm in the same changing as the Jesus. And by that, I mean working class. I didn't do anything. Oh, bro, the working class has done nothing but save everyone from pieces of shit that are in charge. I feel like that.
I actually thought about that a few months ago. I was like, there's very little difference between the rich and the poor. Neither of them pay their fair share of taxes. Both of them have like a dependency on drugs. Like they can't drive. Like they drive like shit if they do. You know what I mean? Like, it's the middle class propping up the entire world.
Yeah. Hey, and the worst part is like the middle class is like, I just want to do my own shit and leave me alone. Let me do my thing and leave me alone. And the poor are like, can I have some money? And then the rich are like, I deserve more. And you're like, you don't deserve anything. You don't do anything, you piece of shit. Like that's Cole, do you like puffing on long brown things? I believe that costs 80 tacos.
As long as it's Dominican.
I mean, LOL, 100% facts. I know. Like, so this is the thing is working a job, okay, like a real job to, be able to cover your family and, go on a couple vacations, have a car, enjoy life. Nothing wrong with that. But like everyone's like, no, you can't enjoy life and work. Why not? And the people are like, you have to work 70 hours. Why would I work 70 hours a week? That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I've worked those kind of weeks. And you know what? I felt like shit afterward. And if anything, wasn't worth it. No question. Reese, you single? I know a guy. Haha, no thanks. A little thanks. Don't lie, Reese. Come on. Just a little thanks. No, it's a weird thing that people, I think, don't realize where you're like, bro, I just want to get my shit done. And I want to do something that makes me happy. I'm not even like, bro, I don't need a Lamborghini. Like I actually was driving around today running errands for everything that we're preparing for. And like I saw 2 Lambos and I'm like, we're all stuck in traffic. What's the fucking point? It's like, oh, well, it's very comfortable.
I get to be stuck in traffic in a Lambo. That's the difference.
Bro, a Lamborghini is not a comfortable car. Right?
Okay, but
and if anything, you can't even see over the hood. You're like, okay.
Have you ever worn Air Jordans? Like brand new Air Jordan? They're not comfortable shoes.
I mean, yeah.
That's Jordan. But
I had
damn good in it.
I had Reebok pumps because
you have New Balances. Get the fuck out of here.
I have fancy New Balances That, hey, I'll tell you right now, that somebody commented like I've never even seen those style, and I'm like, that's because they're fancy. They're not
If
your
you
they're
have
not
New
old man New
Balances,
Balances.
if you have New Balances and they don't have grass stains on them, you're not wearing them right.
I mean, that just means that I have, better choices in my life. I enjoy life and work. Carpenter of 18 years and love my job because carpenter's a real fucking job. That's why,
Yeah.
Reese. Like, that's a real job. And you know what? Like, you should, under no circumstances, be wanted, right? Like, you should work, have fun, be able to go out with your boys, come home, let the wife nag you a little bit and go to sleep. I feel like that's a reasonable life. But people are like, no, you can't have happiness. You're like, why not? A Lambo is a comfortable car with a baddie of a turkey in the passenger seat. Bro, I want Berto Baggins, I want you to be successful just so you can get a Lambo and have a turkey ornament on the front, just because.
Dino, show Brodo Baggins my the picture of my girl.
Hold on. I've been trying to load it and it's not loading for some
He
reason.
gonna be jealous.
I don't
He
know
gonna be
why.
jelly.
I'm trying to load that stupid picture and it's not loading up. I don't know why it's
He's gonna
not.
be a jelly bean baby.
I don't know what's happening. Hold on.
It's not going up.
It's not, for some reason, on my system is not doing. Big up to the Reebok. Bro, Reeboks were great. I wanted in other respects. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is the crazy part about what's happening these days. Is people are like, no, you can't mind your own business. You can't just have a good life and do your thing. No, you have to be involved. I don't want to be involved. Have you seen being involved? People are the worst. I have zero interest in being involved. That's why, like, listen, that growing up, the big thing for like holidays was that like it's an excuse where we don't have to work. We can stay at home and eat, and sit around and do fuck all.
That's a big thing with people. They're like, they act like you're a crazy person if you don't want to go out like all the time, or like, in my case, ever. Like, I'm a very functioning person. They're like, you never go out. I'm like, I eat McDonald's sometimes.
Sometimes. Sometimes. More than you should. Let's be honest. Okay, hold on.
For sure, 100%.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load it as a screen. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Share screen. There, just so everyone can see. There you go. That is the picture. There's his love slave in the back. There you go. Okay.
There you go, bro.
That is the picture.
I can hook you up, bro.
He will hook you up because he's that kind of guy. Hold on, let me do this differently. Yeah. No, man. He found that turkey and he killed it with his own 2 hands.
You want to look at the other picture?
Hold on.
Of it in the oven.
Yes, I do. There you go. And that's how it ended up, everybody. Right there. That's the turkey. That's how the turkey resulted, okay? Okay. It played its cards wrong, and that's what it got.
What's her at?
I'd work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day where possible. I have no time for the system. I stack my money and enjoy it. Nothing wrong with working that. Listen, if you have the opportunity to, by all means, Reese, but at the same time, you shouldn't have to work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, right? Like, that's a lot. I feel like you should have that luxury because, listen, I remember back in the day was you had your job, pay your bills, you're good. But then if you want to do something extra, you're like, all right, I'm going to do overtime for the next couple months because I'm trying to save up for something, or I'd get a second job doing whatever in my spare time. Reasonable. But now people are like, no, you got to work 90 hours a week. And you're like, why would I do that? That's insane. Good gosh, slim thick. What's her at? Victoria says, look, Stacy, juicy. You would call it juicy, Brodo Baggins, you dirty slut. A few women to satisfy me here and there, but never pay for the privilege. I mean, I don't knock paying for the privilege, just for the simple fact that women have to go to university too. That's fine. That's how are they going to pay for that?
I love strippers. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not big on prostitutes, but I love strippers. I love strippers. I just love the strip club. Again,
yeah,
I like situations where I can spend money. I never have money, but when I sometimes do, I love to feel like a king for 20 minutes.
Yeah. And they will. No, I agree, but I chose to 34 single with 2 kids from a previous partner. And what's this? And she's a nightmare. They're all nightmares, bro.
Reese, you
Every last
sound
one
like
of them.
me, bro.
Yeah. Are you sure you're not my co-host right now, Reese?
We are the same person. I have one kid and I'm 30,
Yeah.
but yeah, from a previous
He's
relationship.
looking for baby mama number 2. If anybody's
I
out
am
there,
no, no, no. It's not even that I don't want more kids. It's just I don't want to have to like share the child with another person. They they think it's more theirs than yours, and it's like it's both of ours. You fucking evil human being.
yeah. But see, this is the thing is the whole idea. It should be that okay, even if the relationship doesn't work, because look, relationships don't work out. That happens. That's life. It's not a big deal. But the child should still be the priority, not your own selfishness, not your own.
I don't know. I have a
Well,
different
I'm right.
perspective on it than you do.
Yeah,
I think if there was no child support and alimony and splitting of assets, and it was just you just keep your income and that person keeps their income,
yeah.
and y'all figure it the fuck out.
Sure.
I don't think there would be as many single parents.
No. But child support payments are meant for the child, not for the person. That's so like
no. Because why can't you pay for your kid while he's over there, and why can't I pay for the kid while he's over here?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What the fuck what's his point? I'm telling you, if they got rid of all that shit, there'd be less single parent. It's because they're paid to break up with you. So they find any reason why men are just this, that, and the other. It's like, okay.
Brodo's
sure.
throwing out. I know a few fine ass turkeys if you're down. I mean, they are fixed, so no kids. I mean, also a benefit. Always is the priority. Yeah, your kids should always be, bro. Why would you not if you have kids, why aren't they your priority? If your kids aren't your priority, you're wrong. Just whatever it is, you're wrong. Just so you know. There's child support plus whatever they need. Come on, that's just called being a parent. Yeah. That's the
I disagree because
be a parent, right?
I pay child support. I have 50% custody, and I pay child support, but my baby mama makes more than I do. Okay? It's a bracket. You know what I mean? And that's how it is for a lot of people. So no, it's just they give it to the mom, and the mom's always incentivized to break up with the man. So they always find a reason to break up with you and figure out why you're fucked up or whatever, instead of trying to figure out how to like make a relationship work. That's what it is.
Just to be the devil's advocate.
He's here right now. He just had a beautiful fucking Thanksgiving meal. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here. I pay for my kid just fine.
At the same time, a lot of men do give women a reason, so that's fine. It's
well, yeah, but a lot of women give us reasons, and we never do.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah. No, well, that's the thing is a man will sacrifice his happiness for his family, whereas a woman will sacrifice her family for
it should be equal. You have kids. Get over yourself. You know what I mean?
See, I just think that's being an adult.
Right.
As an adult, you should be able to prioritize your family.
Why did you have a kid? Why did you have a kid with this person, and then you're like, oh, but you have all these problems? You had a kid with him. It's too late, bro. It's too late. Figure it the fuck out. Wait till the kid's an adult. Yeah. You know?
Well, at least I remember I went to school with a guy whose his parents just literally stayed together until the kids were 18, and then when they were 18, they're like, okay, so listen, we don't love each other, but you know, we wanted to make sure you guys had a good start, so you're good. All right, we're out. And
that's fair.
I'm going, that's fine. They just had a unified household, so the kids had what they needed, and off you go. And you're going, I can't disagree with that. Look, prioritize your children. That's fair.
I get there are people who are like abusive and like that. That's a different story. You know what I mean? But like people who just can't get along, like shut the fuck up, get over yourself.
Yeah, well, if you can't get along, maybe you're the problem. Just
right.
No, it's that same idea when someone's like, all my exes are toxic. I got news for you. It's you. You're the problem.
I have a different perspective on that as well, though, because you know me. I'm fucking hilarious, okay? Why can't you get along with me? No, I will say a lot of people can't get along with me. And that's not just women. There's a lot of people can't get along with me. But for the most part, I make every situation generally pretty like tolerable. I think, but the thing is like I'm so friendly and laughing and always cutting jokes that people think they can just disrespect me, you know?
That's the difference, right? So Reese, yeah, I wish she would have done that. I tried, but yeah, see, that's the thing is you're like, hey, I get it's not gonna work. That's fine. but let's try and stick it out for the benefit of everyone else. And
Right.
they're like, I have my life to live. And you're like, no, you don't. You're a loser. But yeah, no. People
That
don't.
whole happiness thing.
Well, so this,
We have to have happiness. Why do you have to have happiness? This is the new thing.
I think,
And it's
you
only in
should,
the Western cultures too, by the way.
but also you should watch this. If you're living your life and you're not happy, that's on you.
Right.
But you should question, why don't you deserve happiness? It's something you're doing. If you're not happy, it's probably something you're doing that's making you unhappy. So maybe you should figure that out, right? But I'll tell you, having a train run on you doesn't make you happier.
That just actually makes you not happy. That makes you like sad.
It makes you real sad. That's why you're just like, people are like, I'm living my best life. Are you? Are you really? Let's calm down. That's why, because I've met guys who are sluts, and I'm like, you are a piece of shit. You got nothing. My parents split while I was in the womb, but both put my brother and I first. Great upbringing, to be honest. I don't blame them for. Yeah, see,
You should never blame your parents for your fetishes, okay? Because that's a different dark door you don't want to open up.
That makes it real uncomfortable. Right? Like that's the thing is, listen, that's why I feel like people don't have to understand, like, if you have a problem, go get help. If you're like, oh, I'm drinking too much and I can't figure out my shit. Yeah, okay, that's a hard shit of life. Sucks. As well as, are you trying to go fix it? If you're not trying to fix it, then what are you doing? Right? Like I've heard people who are like, I'm in therapy. They're like, oh, did you talk to them about this shit? And they're like, no. They're like, then you're just paying for someone's friendship to talk to them every couple of weeks. Like that's not a fucking thing. You have to deal with your shit, right?
Right.
I never knew my dad beat that one. Cole doesn't know his dad either. So
yeah, I didn't know my dad.
I mean, listen, it is remarkable.
I was actually kidnapped by my mom's baby daddy, my mom's second baby daddy. So like for a bit. So that was an interesting story.
Hold on. Reese is bragging out. I'm an ace dad and a daddy. Listen, you dirty slut, Reese. Okay. We don't need to know what you do in your spare time. What you do in your spare time is watch us. So make sure you subscribe.
I have a very fatherly approach to dating, in that I'm like, you're holding the flashlight wrong. You're holding the flashlight wrong, lady.
I mean, there's that.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Where somebody's fucking up, and I'm like, you are fucking up. Just so you know. And I don't like it. It's hurting my feelings.
Okay, but why? What's the problem with telling somebody they're fucking up?
But you can't do that. You can't.
Yes,
I hate to put it on one specific gender every time, but you know how I feel about it. You can't do that.
We all know how you feel about it, because that's fair. Let's be honest. That's a reasonable thing.
So was my cousin Reese. Open up about your cousin.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, let's talk. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I know how they get in the UK. They got some Kentucky Fried Pussy in the UK too. That's not just here.
No jokes. My parents did split when I was in the womb, which happens, but both put differences aside for my brother and I because they knew their problems weren't my brother's. I mean, listen, and you know what? That is hard, no question. But at the same time, it's worth it because it shows that you're a goddamn adult. No problem. They just don't like being told they're wrong. Listen, have you ever met anyone that likes being told they're wrong? No. But will you accept it? Right? My cousin was kidnapped. I meant, Jesus, you're in good company because this guy.
Yeah, but I want to change the narrative on that. Not all kidnappings are bad, okay? Because I wasn't like, it wasn't weird for me. Like, I didn't even know I was kidnapped until the Fed showed up. Like,
yeah.
I was like, so when's mom coming? You know what I mean? Like,
she's coming soon. She's coming soon. It's fine.
Like, she's gonna be here. He's living with his mistress.
She's on her way.
We're living with his mistress.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
And yeah, like I just didn't know. I was like, I don't know. I was like 6, I think. I just wasn't putting it together. Like I've always been that way too. I've always just kind of walked through the storm, not realizing it's raining. Everybody's like, "You're wet," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess you are. You're right." You know.
I have to admit though, like I do want us to make it a thing where it's like hashtag not all kidnappings are bad, because why not? I feel like I mean, listen, you went to Disneyland. It was great. It's fun.
Yeah, we were in Florida, bro.
I mean, listen,
best fucking place ever.
I mean, listen, until Biden took over. No, it's one of those things where like people have to understand that like life is weird for everybody. You know, I think that's the, like we talked about this last week on Life of Giants, was the whole idea where it's like, okay, you want to be single, life's gonna be hard. You want to be married, life's gonna be hard. You want to have kids, life's gonna be hard. You don't want to have kids, life's gonna be hard. You want a career, life's gonna be hard. You want to do gig work, life's gonna be hard. All you have to do is pick the hard thing you're gonna do and then go do it, because you know, normalized turkey napping.
Hey, Bubba. You're fine.
I mean, you mean like
Okay.
this one? Like this turkey napping? Let's be honest. That really happened. He stole that turkey. It deserved it, but that's fine. I bet my cousin
that was a bad gas station.
Instead. I mean, that's fine.
It was a bad area. You had to know it was coming.
It was Cleveland, Ohio. It's all bad areas. But
it's a bad part of the Cleveland, Ohio.
I mean, see, you say that with the idea that there's a good part. Like
there is, bro. I took you to them.
I know you did, and then
you remember when we went to Little Italy? You remember when we got smoked chicken wings?
Oh, it was good times. Yeah.
Remember when we saw the
yeah. No, those were good times. And actually, you know what? I loved when we went for the smoked wings because those were great. But also, they laughed at all of our jokes, which was fantastic. Hashtag turkeys aren't safe here. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's fair.
Not in America, baby.
Pick the thing you should think is hardest in your life, and the rest should be easy to tackle. Emphasis it should. So that's the other thing. Like, there's that idea. Hashtag no, they aren't. But like the idea where it's like, I don't know if you guys have heard this term. It's eat the frog. So it's like if you have to eat a frog, and that's the worst thing you have to eat every day. Do you allow it? Do you wait to the end of the day and have it ruin everything you're going to eat, or do you just get out of the way, eat the frog, and move on with your day? And it's that whole idea where you can have a task or a responsibility that you have to do, and if you don't do it, it looms over your head all day long. Whereas if you just go and get it done with, then it kind of frees up the rest of your day, which I think is important, right? That's the whole thing where it's like I love that I'm working out now and things are going well, but it's like at same times, like I'll be lying down in bed and I'm just like, I got to get up and work out, got to work out. And I'm like, I got to convince myself, because it's hard to do sometimes, right? Because I'm also a fat piece of shit. So happy Thanksgiving, and happy Thanksgiving to you too, Reese. Not that you celebrate, but hey, I don't know what. Okay, here's a question. Reese, do you guys have, I don't know for the UK, but do you have any sort of harvest festival in October? Because I'm in Canada, and in Canada, we celebrate Thanksgiving like the rest of the world in October, because we're not psychopaths like my friend down here.
What about Halloween? Like, you already got Halloween.
Halloween is after that.
Got 2 holidays in 1 month? What the fuck is this?
Call me no, I wouldn't call you uneducated. You're a carpenter. You're a man you're a man who knows how to do things. Call me uneducated, but what's the deal with Thanksgiving? Is it like Christmas for you guys? No, so it's like pre-Christmas. I feel like in the States it's very much a dry run without the gifts, just to see who you can tolerate for a day of eating.
That's not what it is. No, speaking to somebody who's lived in all different parts of the United States. It's
still the United States.
I've lived in Florida, I lived in Texas, I lived in Mississippi, I live in Ohio now. Okay, I've lived all over the United States, all different parts of the United States. I lived in the Midwest. I lived in Maine for a little bit. So I've lived in New England. I lived in the South. I lived in Texas, which is not the South.
I feel like they would chase you out of Maine, though. Like you showed up to Maine, and they're like, "Absolutely the fuck not! Get the fuck out of here!" Like that's.
It was chill. We lived in a real rural part of Maine, so it was just like, which most of Maine.
It's Maine. It's all rural. It's Maine. All rural. It's not, nothing is.
We're off in the distance. You know what I mean? Like kind of away from everything. But it's just about like
interesting.
Giving up for a day. You know what I mean? Like you put in the work. It's like what Labor Day should be.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, and that's the whole thing is Black Friday is specifically that it's like all the work of the year has finally started to pay off, and now you have Black Friday, and then
right now you gotta go spend your fucking money that you work all year for.
So Reese, like in Toronto, in Canada, Thanksgiving is along the same lines of like an autumn festival or harvest. So like in most cultures, there is a harvest festival which is celebrated by like eating a lot of fucking food and doing cool shit. But yeah, it's the end of fall, so that's basically what it is. Firework night on the 5th of November, but that's just basically idolizing a guy that tried to blow up the government. I mean, yeah, remember the 5th of November. Which, like, also too, I feel like it's shitty. It's okay. I compare celebrating the 5th of November because he failed, similar to running a marathon. The guy who ran a marathon first fucking died afterward, bro. Why are you celebrating this shit? That's
like remember the Alamo. That's a Texas thing. Y'all know about the Alamo? Where we lost that battle. We lost that battle.
Hard.
But it's a remembrance thing of Texas's independence from Mexico because 5,000 Mexican soldiers showed up to the Alamo against 50 Texans, and we slimmed them down to less than like 1,000 people before we got slaughtered.
Sure, like, you're no Spartans, but that's fine. Yeah, no, I get
it. Right. David Crockett died there. You know.
Yeah.
Go play. Go find somewhere to be.
He's like, I'm gonna stand right here.
Right. Yeah. He's been trying to avoid me all day. Now that I want to do a podcast, he's like, Dad, can I be in the podcast?
Of course he is. Yeah. Children only want attention when it's not from their parents. They're like, I want whatever you're getting, send it down the line. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, Reese, like a harvest festival. Like in the States, it's more so about murdering native people, which I get it. That's an enjoyable pastime. But in the rest of the world, it's more so just a harvest festival to celebrate.
That's not even what our Thanksgiving started. It's literally about us getting along with the natives. Or the pilgrims, at least.
It's you guys pulling a switcheroo. You're like, oh, thanks for all the free food. Here's some sheets. And
no, because the fucking Thanksgiving we had dinner with them. We did all the murdering afterwards.
Yeah. And you're like, you know what? We should repay that. We should repay their kindness.
The pilgrims are a bunch of pussies. The pilgrims didn't do shit. So I'm tired of them blaming Thanksgiving as this murderous holiday. When the pilgrims sat down and had dinner with them. And then they had their own little witch hunt for like 200 years. While everybody else was killing the natives, okay, and I also kind of resent the killing of the natives things because before Europe got here, the Native Americans were battling each other for territory for God knows how long, probably thousands of years, and they would like torture each other. They took no prisoners, okay, they didn't take prisoners. You either died or they tortured you to death, scalped you, ate your hearts in front of your loved ones, like. They were killing each other long before we got here. They were just shoving buffalo off cliffs. And then we got here and we're like, can we settle this down a little bit? We're still going to do the same shit y'all do, but we're going to like build a society.
Everyone. So that's the thing is everyone was at each other's throats forever. See, okay, that's Reese. That is an interesting point that traditions aren't being passed down. Like some traditions, like not having a father, don't pass that on. But other traditions, such as Harvest Festival, pass that on. I think that's a good thing, right? Like it's one of those things. Damn, that's dark. I mean, Brodo, the old switcheroo reach around. I mean, you thought I was going to tug it. I pushed it back in.
Dutch brother.
I heard the Pilgrims settled in Ohio. Go Dogs.
Did they?
I don't know.
Oh, it's calling me a pussy. That's what it is.
My opinion is that history is fake and we've all been lied to en masse. That's basically it.
For sure, that's what Napoleon said. He said history is just what facts lied upon.
Yeah. Well, listen, but yeah, victory is history is written by the victors, right? So ultimately, people are going around here talking shit, and you're like, yeah, that's not what happened. That's just you're a fucking liar, right? It's like people are like, we took down communism. I'm like, no, you starved it and you made it a fucking shit show, and then you fought it every step of the way, and they're like, see, it's not successful. You're like, yeah, that's because you weren't on board, you fucking asshole. Simulation.
That's why I hate that argument. When people are like, simulation alert, no doubt. That's why I hate the argument when people are like, communism has never worked. I'm like, it's technically working right now. And if you want to call it that, if you want to say communism has never worked, capitalism has never worked either, okay? Because we're not at the end yet. And so, but when you get to the end, it will have failed. Nothing works forever. So shut the fuck up. Everybody can do their own thing. Leave Russia alone. Leave Ukraine alone. Leave China alone. Everybody just get the fuck along and do what they want to do.
No society that's grown past 500 people has been ultimately successful. Every one of them fails. Why? As soon as you hit 500 people start being useless. That's what happens.
Right.
Also,
You can blend in.
Proto Baggins knows his people. He's like, Napoleon also had a micro penis. I don't trust him. I mean, takes one to know one, right? That's fair.
Did he have it? Was it micro or was he just short? It was probably in proportion to his size.
I feel like he had a micro penis, but because he was so short, he looked like he was hung. It was like a small canvas, big wiener. Like that's why I try to tell people, I'm like, I got a big wiener, but it was a big canvas when I was 500 pounds. So you didn't match up. You're like, oh, I look small on that, but it's definitely one of those things. I don't know. I feel like also everyone, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to hit a super chat and send us some money so we can keep doing this, or as well, just like and subscribe to our channels, Dino the Genic Marvel and Stiffing Glue 22, because if you don't, you're a bad person and you don't deserve happiness. Just an FYI. So if you don't subscribe and like this channel, our channels, yeah, nobody will love you. That's just scientific fact. I don't think that we're given
enough. Like Ricky Bobby said, you got to win to get love.
That's true. Well,
Shula, the guy who eats all the hot dogs, they all won, and they're all universally loved.
Oh yeah, watch this. You see China's CCTV system that auto finds you when you commit a minor offense and then lowers your credit score, etc. Then show you a picture to you in the area. Yeah, so here's the thing about that is like
it's not for me.
To a degree,
do them.
Like, listen, that's a horrible idea because it's not personal. But the fact is, like, if you were in a small village and you did some dumb shit, people will make fun of you for the rest of your life, right? They're like, oh, that's Captain Goat Fucker. You're like, why is he a goat fucker? Because he fucked a goat. That's it.
Right. That's why there's so many people living in Alaska, because they were
because they're like, fuck
they
this
weren't
shit.
supposed to.
I get it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about spelling mistakes.
Here's the thing:
we can barely read. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
With regards to what Reese is saying, I don't agree with social credit scores at all. Don't get me wrong. And I don't condone them. But
I don't agree with credit scores at all.
Right. I don't agree with any of that shit. Fucking the Federal Reserve, none of that shit. No. But you have to let governments do whatever they think they can get away with, not without a different government getting involved. Like, say, the United States, we're always poking our fucking nose in everybody's business. Let China do their social credit score, because you know what's going to happen? China has been around for 5,000 years, and they are known for, fuck this, and just turning the whole government over. They've done that before. They'll fucking, people will revolt if they're fed up with that. China might like the social credit score, and if they don't, it won't last. It won't last. So let them figure that out. It has nothing to do with us, you know?
Well, it also comes down to the whole idea that, like, to some degree, people are all for the idea of public shaming, right? Like, so, perfect example. Like, there was a guy, I believe this was in the UK, where a guy had an alleyway by his house and people kept on pissing in it at nighttime because he was close to bars. And then in turn, he started taking pictures of people and then posting and be like, this person pissed on my wall. And like, just started posting, yeah, this person pissed on my wall. And I'm like, I think that's fucking hilarious. But at the same time, it's not for everybody, right? So, like, remember, in a lot of cultures, the idea of, like, don't do it because you'll be publicly shamed has maintained civility amongst people for a long time, right? China is mad. But that's the thing is, everywhere that has power is crazy in one way or another, right? Like, if you go to the States, trust me, there's some wild people, and also some policies that are just insane, right? I'm with Trump. I mean, like, right now, is he holding your hand? Is he touching your pussy? That's a real question.
I wouldn't call us Trumpers per se. I think I am more so than Dino is, but Dino don't live here. But we're definitely for whatever he is talking about. Who knows if it's bullshit or not, though, you know?
Well, this is the thing. I'm not pro-Trump. I'm anti-government. That's what it is, right?
There
so that's what people have to realize is the vote for Trump that happened this time was not about Trump being awesome, because he's a piece of shit. Let's be fair. But
you kind of have to be.
To run in that circle, you have to be a piece of shit to some degree. So
to be a billionaire for one, but also to be a billionaire, got to be a piece of shit. But also, that kind of sets him up for what he wanted to do later, which is what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
To fight the government, because you kind of have to be a piece of shit. Because if you care about your reputation,
Yeah.
It's not the job for you. Because if you're going to go up against the government and change the government, there's a lot of people that are going to slander your name and make up shit about you and pull up some mistakes you made in your life. And you have to not give a fuck about that. You have to be used to people being like, you know what you did? You know what you did? You have to be like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I said grab him by the pussy. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, which in turn,
a piece of shit.
Hey,
you can't be like, fuck, y'all girl. You can't be afraid of your own reputation, you know?
Okay, but the fact is, if you are rich and popular, you can just walk up and grab people by the pussy. Like that he's not wrong. So people are like, oh, you can't say that. Why? Because it's fucking true. And also too, with my own two eyes, I watched a girl walk up to a fucking bouncer and was like, can I go in? And he's like, nah, you can't. She just lifted up and showed her fucking hoo-ha. And he's like, definitely not. And I was like, bro, you just called dirty. Get the fuck out of here. And I looked at the bouncer. I'm like, does that happen all the time? He's like, all the fucking time. And I'm like, and every time it's a no, he's like, it's a hard no. Because if she's throwing it around at the door, it's only going to be a problem later. And I'm like, that's fair. I get it. So yeah, anti-government. But if anyone had to be chosen, no. But also too, like he has the backbone to take the ridicule and the fucking shit show that it's going to become before he, gets in. But that's the thing is like, it's not it wasn't any sort of like Trump is the greatest. Like the people who are saying that, you're like, yeah, you're fucking retarded. That's fine. But it's more so, no, the government has too much power, too much authority, too much shenanigans. Like, bro, term limits, and also none of them should be invested in stocks. Not one. If as soon as you're in public office, boom, you're relegated to just having a pension from the public office. You don't get anything ever again. That's it.
Well, you also have to consider the fact that like it was always going to probably be Trump, if anybody, because Trump made his fortune in the 70s and 80s in New York City when the Gambino crime family, John Gotti, was running things. And Trump made his fortune from construction.
Yeah.
Okay. He had to be involved with some, not necessarily involved, but he had to deal with those people. So people who were scary, okay, and smart and organized. So he had to know how to deal with crooks.
Yeah.
Who are smart, organized, and well funded. Okay. This was always going to happen. This was always who it had to be.
Reese, what do you mean by can I say that? But yeah, see, that's the thing is he's played in those in very dirty games. Hashtag not a gun owner, just putting that out there for the feds. Yeah, I mean, yeah, me neither, bro. Me neither. I got nothing. Jesus loves you all. Never forget yourself to the Lord. Hey, Phil, listen, Phil, let's be honest. If I don't sin, Jesus died for nothing. Thank you for bringing it up. I appreciate you. Okay. Hey, praise Jesus. Sin for him. He died for your sins. If you don't sin, you don't love Jesus.
Thanksgiving is about the last turkey dinner before the crucifixion, right?
I mean, basically.
Jesus is gnawing on a turkey leg.
Yeah. He's like, so I tells this guy, and they're like, you can't point with your turkey leg. He's, why not? It's a good turkey leg.
And he's like, I turned water to vodka cranberry sauce or juice.
Don't even get me started. I love a good vodka cranberry. It's like it destroys your liver and cleans out your kidneys all at the same time. It's fantastic. Hashtag sin for Jesus. I mean, basically, otherwise it was all for nothing. Oh my, we all sin. Sinning is wonderful. Hey, thank you, Phil. I appreciate your honesty. And Phil, you keep on sinning for Jesus, brother. You're doing God's work. See how that works? But yeah, no, it's one of those things. I feel I am jealous of you, turkey. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm just sitting here wallowing in sadness because I have no food. But yeah, that's why I'm asking people to super chat and subscribe to our channels. If you don't, I may die. I'll wither away to nothing, and I'll just be a stick. It'll be.
You're not eating because you're poor, or you're not eating because you're poor. You're not eating.
Why do you have to tell them that? Maybe it's because I'm poor. Phil says,
"Look at you."
I am God. It's hard to explain. I mean, I would wait for the explanation, Phil, because if you are, I have some words for you. Okay.
I'm a god, not the god.
I know. See, that's the thing I think a lot of people understand. I want to be a god. I want all that power. I don't want to be the god. That seems like a lot of responsibility.
It's like responsibility, right?
You know, like I have zero interest in responsibility. I have all the interest in having power and being able to lord it over people. I
To
do
be
not
fair, you're starting to sound
want
like a
them to-
woman though now. That's female mentality. I want
That's
all
the
of
dream,
perks
bro.
and none
I
of the
want to be.
responsibility.
Listen, that's the dream. I want to have all of the power and none of the accountability. That sounds great. Okay. I aspire to be a woman in my next life. It'll be great. We are all God. I mean, not Brodo Baggins. He doesn't deserve that power. You can't be trusted. He'll be fucking turkeys left, right, and center.
Brodo left, bro.
That's okay. It's still factual. It's on the internet. It's real.
Love to his turkey.
As a good Christian would. That's fair. That's reasonable. I get it. It's one of those things. Sometimes you just
Oh, there he is. You disappeared for a while, man.
Bro, we said his name 3 times. He's like, you called?
Beetlejuice over here.
Just ask Jim Carrey. He'll tell you. I mean, that's fair. I'm God to these turkeys. I mean, that's fair.
God of poultry.
Oh, hold on. That's fine. I want to find out if there's a god of poultry because that feels like there's definitely a saint of poultry. It only makes sense.
Well, there's always gods that are like gods of like a major thing, and then there's like, oh yeah, he's also god of these little minor things too, like god of cows or whatever.
Is there a okay? So yes, there is a god of chickens in Greek and Roman mythology. His name is Electrion, who was transformed into a rooster. There you go. Just so everybody knows. The god of chickens.
What a badass bird to be turned into. Rooster is probably the fucking most badass bird.
I have fought 3 roosters in my life, and 2 ran away. 1 I hit with a rock. It was great. I loved it.
They're the warriors of birds, bro. I mean, they're not smart.
Lawyers aren't smart.
Just as smart as any chicken, but
I am the saint of pounding poultry. I mean, I feel like that's like what's his face from Ireland who got the snakes out. You're like, put them in their place.
St. Patrick.
God of nothing. I mean, see, a god of nothing sounds delicious. Because like nobody's gonna call you. I'm the god of nothing. Nobody's gonna call you, but I can still
nothing is a thing though. So
yeah, I saw that bit with regards to atheism. You're just like, yeah, you obey nothing and then you die into nothingness. That's the same thing. You're just replacing God with nothing. It's fine. He got turned into a cock, kind of gay to be honest. Electrion, you are turned into a.
That reminds me of a joke I had written to tell on stage, and I just never had the balls to say it because it's kind of dumb. But it's like Chick-fil-A is always telling us how religious they are while trying to sell me cock sandwiches. I'm like, I don't buy it. Like,
I mean, you do buy it though. So I mean,
I eat the fuck out of those cock sandwiches.
Delicious. Those cock sandwiches are.
Stop trying to tell me you're about Jesus. We're anti-gay and we're religious. Here's your cock sandwich. The fuck, my pleasure.
I mean, I bought it. I mean, that's fair. The only difference is you put your dick in it too, so that's a little aggressive. But you know, I get it. Nothing wrong with it.
That Chick-fil-A sauce, that Polynesian.
Bro, I'm telling you, every time I go to Chick-fil-A, it turns out, you know, interesting enough, the Chick-fil-A up here, not as good as Chick-fil-A where you are. I enjoyed it. Chick-fil-A where you are.
We're the source.
I don't know if you would say you're the cock source, but that's fine. Yeah.
We're the source of Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, well, I don't drink Dr. Pepper outside of Texas because it's so good in Texas, legit. And I'm not trying to be like a hater. It tastes watered down everywhere else.
I agree. So this is the whole thing is that like people, the one thing that globalism has ruined is having to go somewhere to try their special thing. And that was, I know that sounded gay. It wasn't intended to be gay. But like Dr. Pepper in Texas is not Dr. Pepper that we get everywhere else, right? And like people need to fucking figure that shit out. Chick-fil-A originated in Georgia.
That's true. Go dogs.
I mean, but I would prefer to go to where it started because that's going to be the best. Like it's the same thing when people start a franchise and you're going, oh, the original is much better though.
Oh, of course.
It's a real thing.
That's like putting up Rocky 1 versus any of the other Rockies. Sure, the other Rockies were delicious, of movies, but the first one is like the bee's fucking knees, you know?
It's the one that got the Oscars. Brodo is that like I licked it, it's mine sort of thing. Yeah, that's 100% exactly. I feel like Brodo definitely does that, and like he does it at like workplace. He grabs your pen, licks it, and goes, "Mine now." You know, which I can't say I haven't done that with like an entire dozen donuts where I lick them all. And people are like, "Oh, can I have one?" I'm like, "If you're lucky, you get the one I licked." And they're like, "Which one did you lick?" I'm like, "All of them." Fuck it, but that's fair.
I don't own property, so
Property owns you, though. That's just no, like that's
Fight Club. Shut up, Tyler Durden.
Are you kidding me? I would love to be that. I do want to be as ripped.
We all want to be Tyler Durden.
Yeah, I feel like that's the key. 100% Reese, but I do more than lick it. I mean, that's not surprising to anyone. Let's be honest. That's fair. But yeah, everyone, please like and subscribe. We appreciate you greatly. I don't know. Are you gonna get back to drinking? What are you doing?
Get back to drinking?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Haven't stopped this entire time?
I mean, like I said, I finished off an entire bottle of whiskey today.
God, that's horrible.
I didn't even know I did it. Like, I was just like, oh, it's empty.
Okay. That will I've been there. I heard. Sag, why would you put that up there, Reese, you bastard? Yeah, no. But remember, hashtag sin for Jesus. Otherwise, Jesus did die for nothing. Absolutely factual.
What is your favorite sin?
Oh, I can't tell that one because then I'll go to jail. That's not.
What is your favorite sin that you've done?
You're not making it any better, sir. I'm trying not to go to jail. Allegedly, this is all for entertainment purposes.
Well, surely we're past the statutes of limitations. Surely you didn't do anything that doesn't have a statute of limitation.
100% violence is my favorite sin. That's just
violence.
Violence is definitely my top tier. A turkey isn't a be. It's a caring lover, right, Brodo? That's fine.
It's a pretty big bird. It's beastly like.
I mean,
the way they run. If you see them in the distance, you see them running. You're like, what the fuck was that? Like you don't realize it's a turkey until you get up close to it. You're like, it's a fucking turkey. What the fuck? Because they run like not like they just don't look like a bird. You know,
they don't run. They don't run. They don't fly. They just move. It's very weird. Yeah,
quick,
it's not.
Fast.
It's not.
They're actually pretty fast animals.
I have a feeling that a large turkey has been mistaken for Bigfoot before. Like, there's no question because it's a weird meander at speed. It's Reese says sex before marriage, definitely one of the top ones.
That's what I was gonna say. Sex before marriage. I've never been married. So.
I saved myself for a marriage, so yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. God,
you saved yourself for both marriages. Didn't you? You've never had premarital sex. It seems like. I know you.
I only fuck myself. Thank you. Hashtag careless sweet gobble gobbles. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I get it.
Careless sweet. Did you save yourself for marriage, or did the marriage save itself for you?
I saved myself for marriage, but it's not like there was a huge lineup.
So what I'm saying is, were you a virgin by choice or by her choice?
Oh, no, by my choice. Also her choice though. Like she didn't she was a piece of shit though. That's fine. That's like it doesn't make difference.
Yeah, the story doesn't add up. I'm not gonna get into it because that's your own personal story to tell, but that is never the dots never made sense to me.
It's more so that I'm not I don't want to there's no statute of limitations on that shit. So that turkey sure saved it for me. I mean, no doubt. You had to give it the whole 3.5, I'm sure. It's more so that like, no, I had options, but I was not like, I would squash it real quick. Like even there was a time when I thought something had happened when I was drunk, and then somebody was like, yeah, that was a joke. And I was like, you're a fucking piece of shit, because they opened a condom and then put it in my pocket. Like a condom wrapper, and I was like blackout drunk, and I was just like, I was shitting my pants when I found it, like, because I was like, no.
It's okay.
I mean, yeah, principles are gay. That's fair. That's
Principles are
not
good for sure.
good.
I have a different experience than you, because I feel like you always like, and that's probably the only way to save yourself for marriage as a man. But like, you had like what you wanted in mind, like going into like, because you also had like marriage,
Yeah.
like as a plan for you, and I was
100%.
just like, I really want these bitches to like me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's not a thing I have anymore. Now I have the mentality you have.
Yeah.
In my 30s, have my own child, well past my value date. Like I'm expired at this point.
100%.
I have that opinion.
Yeah. You only let's say like your expiry date only comes back into play once you're a millionaire now. So it's like once I'm a millionaire, you're like, oh, I'm back on the market. That's fine. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But right now, you're like, I don't know. I have a baby mama and a child. This is expired. That's that's fair. Yeah, no.
Well, hopefully, if I have a baby mama, I have a child too.
Allegedly, I don't know.
Right.
It's a weird world we live in, but no, that's fine. Like it's one of those things where also too, like the one thing I love watching is people freaking out at Thanksgiving. Like the amount of people who tell where it's like the entire family got into a fight, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, can you have one day of not being
that happen from time to time?
You've been the one responsible from time to time.
That's a Clayton family thing. That's what I was saying. I've told you this story, but like most of the fist fights I've been in have only been in fist fights with family. Like I've been in tussles with other people. Like you've seen one of them. Like I've never a fist fight though, but the only fist fights I've ever been in is with family. So, like,
I mean, I get it. Like I get it, but also I'm just like, have some decorum. Do it on like a regular. Do it on a Monday so you can not have to see them for the week. I've nearly been married twice, but it just doesn't appeal to me anymore. I've lost enough to women. Yeah, well, that's the thing is the current system is like there's no reason for men to get married, right? Like that's like I guys who are like, I'm gonna get married now. You're like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? Like, because it's a shit show, right? And especially people are like, I got like 400 bodies. You're like, what the fuck? You're a prostitute. Just get the fuck out of here. Like it's not
right.
All right.
Not even a good one. You don't even do it for money.
Okay, Reese, when I was in the UK last year, I noticed that, UK women are built different. A lot of them got fat. Holy shit. That is wild.
What's that about? Because y'all don't have glyphosate problems like we do over here in the States and Canada.
I don't know. No, Canada is, but the whole world's gotten fat. It's weird.
When the thing is, because there's no war. As much as I am anti-war, and I'm not even anti-war as much as I'm anti,
capitalist.
It's military, industrial military complex.
Yeah,
I'm against going and starting war because it's profitable.
Yeah,
but I think war does build men, and men builds great societies for our women and children. You know what I mean? And I think because we haven't had any legit wars, because we don't want to fucking fall for the industrial military complex, everybody's just getting fat.
See, but this is the thing is, my theory is different. I believe because COVID gave us the opportunity to not have to be visually accountable to other people. Because listen, if you're nasty fat, people will look at you and be like, ugh, gross. So not having to deal with that allowed people to let themselves go, and now they're like, you just have to accept my body, and you're like, no, fatso, I don't have to accept shit. Reese says, I like big women, to be frank. Yeah, but like there's a difference between a thick woman who's like, she looks like she could feed children from them titties and also breed children. Like I want a woman, right? But then now you're like, no, you're just a fucking circle with nipples. That's not what I'm looking for, right? It's McDonald's fault. It's definitely McDonald's fault. I'm not anti-war. I'm so down for that.
Thank you, Brodo.
Reese, what about big chicken?
What about
big chickens, bro? Not chickens. I mean, that's fair. Turkeys.
He's talking about Turkish women.
Yeah, once you shave them,
Ottoman Empire people.
They're the worst. They enslaved my country for 400 years, sir. And we
deserved it. Y'all did a lot of fucked up shit to a bunch of people.
Listen,
that were kind of minding the
we
business.
gave the world everything. Okay, if anything, you should have been happy. We should get power back.
Salmon and lemons, big whoop.
I will stab you in the face.
Is that what? Do y'all eat salmon there? What kind of fish y'all eat there? Is it salmon? No, because it's not cold enough in the Mediterranean.
Salmon is north.
What kind of fish is in the Mediterranean?
Fuck if I know. Ottoman syrup, baby. Circles, yeah, circles with nipples. No thanks.
Y'all didn't do shit. Y'all fucking the Greeks didn't even give everybody everything. That was the Romans.
No,
the Romans gave everybody everything.
Cut you. I'm gonna cut
you.
The
Greeks kind of just minded their business, and like every once in a while, the Spartans were like, "We gotta fight. We gotta fight."
With every fiber of my being.
Do the Spartans count as part as Greek, as Greece, or were they kind of their own? I don't know how y'all.
So they were their own city state, but it was all under Greece. So it's the same.
So Greece was kind of very similar to the way the United States is set up, huh? Where everybody's got their own little culture, but we're this entire union pretty much.
Each province or area is like has its own specialty of things, right? Like some places are good for marble, other places are good for farming. Like where I'm from is good for farming. So tobacco, olive oils, corn, pigs, goats. That's where the Brodo Baggins. I'm Italian, baby. Hail Caesar and go dogs. Listen, you with your dirty Italian wop face.
They don't have Italian people in Georgia. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they have Georgians who pretend to be Italian. They go, hey, go dogs. That's I get it.
No, they put fucking they in Georgia. You probably think that barbecue chicken pizza is pizza. But get the fuck out of here. I'm Italian. With your fucking red onions.
You can only call yourself Italian if you've been to Italy or speak Italian. Then you're Italian. I have been to Greece, have a house in Greece, and I'm part Viking. Vikings rule. Vikings definitely rule. And also the fact that they look, there are ruins of Viking colonies throughout North America, South America, all over Europe.
They're nomadic.
They went everywhere. Listen, they did what Alexander the Great did before him. And the fact is that they don't get recognized enough because honestly, there's nothing better than, you know what? It's a little too full here. I'm going to go pillage somewhere else. I wish I could sign up for pillaging. Like if somebody was like, hey, do you want to become a pirate? I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. No problem.
I would love to get a sailboat and cross the Atlantic in it. I would love to do that. Can you do that?
So you can, but that is like super fucking dangerous because
I don't give a fuck.
In the Pacific and the Atlantic, number one is there are a ton of
glaciers. I heard about the Titanic.
Well, no, it's not that. It's more so that there are like massive, like 50-foot waves that you're like, yeah, it doesn't matter what ship you're in, you're fucked. Like it's just I can swim. My bridge. My grandfather is from Sicily. Went to visit the motherland in May for a month. Chickens and barbecue doesn't belong on pizza's coat. So yeah, okay, you can call yourself an Italian, ish, but that.
Victoria, so you're not even Italian, you're Sicilian.
You would be a good pirate. I would be a good pirate.
You're black. That's all you are. You're not Sicilian.
Pirating sounds cool.
Or you're not Italian.
Technically, Sicilians are like the blacks of Italy.
They're black. Yeah. You're African American, man.
Bro, if we could be pirates, I would 100% be a pirate.
You're here talking shit about there's 50-foot waves. Columbus can't cross the Atlantic. Didn't even know he did it. And came over here, confidently called everybody Indians. And you mean to tell there's 50-foot waves in the Atlantic? Get the fuck out of here. Let's get on a fucking boat and go across the Atlantic and let's meet up in Stockholm or wherever the fuck is what Portland or whatever is in the UK. I don't know.
I just love how every show you point out that the United States education system has failed you, specifically in geography. Just
I suck at geography. I really do.
Your entire country does. Also, can I paint myself and be a Somali pirate? I mean, everyone can paint themselves and be a Somali pirate. They're hiring. Blacks of Italy. It's 100% factual. That is, yeah.
You can't be a pirate like successfully these days.
That's the problem.
The Somalians get away with it, I think, because the CIA lets them do that. I feel like they're privateers more than they're pirates. But you'll just get fucking bulldozed right out. Like you'll just be flattened and end up at the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle if you try to be a pirate now.
Yeah. Don't you dare ever call me black. I fought for Robert E. Lee. You bastard. Go dogs. That's fine. Yeah.
Go dogs.
I mean, calls it like I sees it. Yeah. No. I feel like this would be. I think I look forward to when we can monetize our travel and then start doing that. I think that would be a really fun time because even if we're driving like state to state, we could become road pirates. I like it. And then we could just run people off the road. We'll attach a battering ram to the front of your car. We'll get a Humver.
I'm already a road pirate.
Humvee. You are a road pirate, that's for sure. You're almost like a road Robin Hood because you're just like taking food from establishments and then throwing it at people's
I'm a
houses.
road runner. Yeah. I'm me.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
That makes you the coyote. Wiley Coyote. I'm gonna start calling you Wiley.
I do throw rocks at people. That's fair. That is one of those things I would do.
I do. I also feel like you think like we have the relationship of the Roadrunner and the Wiley Coyote because I think you think you can get me.
I can get
I don't think you realize how soul crushing it would be to try.
Like, I would definitely get you. There's no question.
See? Okay, buddy. Okay.
I've painted a tunnel on a brick wall. I've also have a crane with a big rock on it. I'll get you. One way or another. Driving in the US must be crazy. I drove anything over an hour and started to fall asleep. It's actually probably so. This is the thing is pirate of the road. That's fantastic. Like today alone, I've driven for like 3 hours just running errands with my wife and her aunts, and it's like I have no problem driving for that long. Like even because we're about 5 hours. Yeah, we're about 5 hours away.
5 hours, yeah.
Which I'm like, I am happily to be like, you know what? If I had the freedom where I could just bounce, I'm like, yeah, I'll come see you for the weekend. But like, it's gotten a lot harder just in our situation. But yeah, but like that's the idea. I'm like, I would have no problem. Like if we can go down there and then go to another state and do barbecue and review stuff or cook or whatever, it'd be great. It'd be a fun time. Yeah, in one sitting. Yeah, no problem. Like, because I've driven to Montreal a few times, and that's 6 hours. I drove in Greece. The most I did was like 9 hours. No, 8 hours straight.
I'm a full-time DoorDasher. I drive anywhere between 4 and 12 hours a day, every day, 6 to 7 days a week. So, like,
yeah. But it's also like GTA. Like half the time he's being pursued by the cops. So yeah, you gotta find places to hide.
They know they like recognize me now. Like they don't, like sometimes they'll like stop in the same store that I come in and just say hey. Like they know me by now. You know what I mean? Like they're like I saw you run that red light. You know? I'm like,
and you're like, yeah. Did you take a picture? Go fuck yourself. You want me to do it again? So this is the thing. Like I can go no stops, probably like 2.5, 3 hours, and then I gotta stop because I'll usually have to piss or get a drink or something like that, right? But like also too, if you start to fall asleep, a thing that I learned was lift your non-pedal leg off the ground and start drawing circles with your foot. So just completely off the floor, and it wakes you up immediately because it causes a blood flow thing. Or even just get out of your car, walk around it a couple times, and it'll wake you up. But
so I just like get on my phone and look up. That wakes me up usually.
Yeah, just take the adrenaline just kicks in. The adrenaline kicks in, and he's like, "Gotta stay alive." Is that a tunnel? Just, yeah.
No, have a like a lunchtime beer, you know, like.
Bro, I tried to explain this to somebody where I'm like, road beers are fantastic. Like just driving, and I'm like, it was okay. So
I do like to go for a ride after I am drunk. Obviously, you need a driver who's not drunk, but I love to go places when I'm drinking. I'm like, let's go for an adventure, but we can't go. We have to walk, which is still fun. But like, when the fun's over, now you gotta walk back home. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, which always sucks. I feel like you can. Like I love because we've both been watching Landman, which I highly recommend. The first few episodes have been great so far, but where he's like, I'll get a Michelob Ultra, and he's like, do you want anything else? He's like, no, I'm sober. He's like, that's not sober. He's like, bro, it's a Michelob Ultra. There's more booze than orange juice. You're like, thank you fucking very much. But also too, like he's driving around and he's got a beer. He's like, and starts drinking. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, there's no greater feeling than just having a cold beer while you're driving. Feels great. I did it.
I mean, that's West Texas, though. I think you underestimate how few people are on the road in West Texas. You know, like there's a rush hour, and then it's not like Toronto where all day is the rush hour. In Midland, Texas, there's nothing outside of the rush hour. Everybody's getting to work. If you are driving at 1 o'clock, there's nothing on the road. And it's big, it's wide, there's nothing to hit, you know? It's the middle of fucking nowhere.
Road beer and road turkey is the American way. I mean, I can't question that. That's fair. I feel like it's weird that you guys have turkey involved in so many of your festivities, but your bird is the eagle.
Well, so Benjamin Franklin wanted to make the turkey our national animal, but people like George Washington and Paul Revere and whatnot, they're like, no, it's got to be the eagle. It's way more badass.
An eagle is 100% an eagle's badass. Even like a bald eagle is badass. It's not even the biggest eagle, still looks badass, right? Just because
the way it turns its head. It's like it's got its eyebrows cocked, and it's just like it's always got the "what the fuck did you just say to me?" look. You know what I mean? That's very American. You know?
Oh, 100%. No, that's everything. Everything is bigger in Texas, I heard, so it must be filled with giant pussies. Go Dogs! I mean,
it's giant dicks.
Yeah, for the giant pussies, they match up that way. That's
Dallas, Texas is the big titty capital of the world. Actually, it is a thing.
We should drive to Tech. We'll drive to Dallas. It'll be fantastic. I'm down. Listen, everyone, like and subscribe to our channels. That way, we can drive to Texas and we can show off why it's called the big titty capital of the world.
Big titty capital of the world.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. So, shall we?
Yeah, let's call it a night. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and we'll be back on Saturday. I'll be on tomorrow night with my kiddo, so keep it PG. I'm gonna be we're gonna make cubanos with the leftover ham. We're gonna have ham cubanos.
Yeah.
And then Saturday we're gonna be making the moist maker from popular hit show in the early 2000s, Friends, for hammered and cheese.
Hold on 1 second. Also known as, give me 1 second here. Yeah, from the popular Canadian show Buddies.
Buddies.
That's what we're doing. Okay, just so everyone knows, we're doing the moist maker from the popular show Buddies. Be safe, happy Thanksgiving, happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Yep, you're a month late, but I appreciate you regardless, Brodo. Have a good one, everybody, and we will see you in the next couple days or tomorrow. That's why you have to subscribe. Otherwise, you're a bad person.